Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Guys, welcome to the Friday night show. We're going to get down, we're going to get dirty, we're going to get busy. But we are so excited to have our awesome guest, Miss Credit Solutionist, who is going to give us the secrets, a few secrets. Because she loved me. She's going to give us a few secrets, all right, about credit, about what's going on. She has been a business owner for several years. She is the credit fixer. She's the credit solutionist. She's the credit specialist. She can get you out of a situation, for the right price. So, without further ado, we have Miss Credit Solutionist. Welcome.
What's up? Okay, I hope I unmuted myself. Did I do that right?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All right.
Sweet. Girl's about to come on here and just start talking on mute. Hey, everybody. I am Victoria. Mentor Shelley calls me Ashley, but that's because we got a special relationship. All right. But this is Victoria, your credit solutionist, and I am the owner of PX Credit Solutions at fixmyficonow.com, where we help you secure your financial future today. So as Mentor Shelley said, I am your credit repair specialist. So I specialize in helping people get their credit straight, whether it's removing negative items, erroneous items, getting their debt in check. I'm your girl. So I'm very happy to be here tonight with Miss Mentor Shelley, and I'm glad to be here to talk to y'all tonight.
Awesome. Listen, there's been a lot going on in the news with the government. I heard a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they said they're going to remove all the medical bills that are behind. Listen, I'm hoping so. I got some family members that's depending on that change. Okay, let's just keep it real tonight. So, because it's Friday.
Right. Yeah.
We talking about some good things here, but let's keep it real. A lot of us, let me make sure you see it, and us,
right,
can benefit from that change. So until it happens, I'm sorry. I take it with a grain of salt. But you're the expert, so you're gonna let us know about that. All right. So listen, guys, I want to make sure we have. If you guys have questions, please put it in the chat. Y'all want to say, hey, how you doing? Want to work with, if you guys want to work with her, we're going to be putting the links in the description box and also in the chat if you want to work with Miss Credit Solutionist. All right, Miss Ashley, let's get into it. Honey. Let's get into it. We can't just leave the folks all high and dry. We got to give them some juice. So
you're right. Okay. So you want to start off talking about the medical debt? Because I think that's a really hot button issue right now that a lot of people are concerned about. It's definitely hot here in the YouTube streets right now. So, medical debt, is literally, in my personal opinion, because sometimes I don't look at stats, but in my personal opinion, one of the biggest things that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to their credit reports that I work with, they all pretty much have the issue with the medical debt. That's from 2-3 years ago. It's, honestly, with what's been happening over the last couple of years with the health of the nation and the world as a whole, a lot of people are going to have medical bills that they are not going to be able to pay. It goes beyond maybe not being able to pay for your braces, or maybe you tripped and fell and had to go to the emergency room, or what have you, it goes beyond that. So a lot of people have medical debt in common in this country, and they don't even realize it, because I believe, if the numbers serve me correctly, if I can remember right, I know a pretty good percentage of people actually carry medical debt on their credit reports in general, but then there's also a significant portion of people that have negative accounts on their credit reports. Now, because there's going to be a lot of changes coming down the pike in the next couple months, extending all the way into 2023, the government is kind of trying to throw us a bone, and the credit reporting agencies, aka the bureaus, are also trying to do their part as well, because a lot of this debt just isn't going to be able to be recouped. So that's really what some of this is about. um,
Mhm.
because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because I mean, I've seen a lot of credit reports in my work, and I'm gonna tell you, like, there's so many people that have credit reports that have like $100, $200 of medical debt, and I'm like, why don't you just pay this? What's going on? Why are we letting this stop you from getting a house or that car or whatever it is that you need to get? Right?
Yeah.
It's it's so insignificant that I almost want them to pay. But at the same time, I believe there's so many of those types of cases out there that, like I said, the credit bureaus are just like, you know what, forget it. Let's just write it off. It's fine. Just the collection companies don't care. The doctors don't care. They're like, just let it go. Just let it go. That's where
Uh,
I feel that we're at right now. And I feel like I'm talking a lot. Did you have any questions, girl? Because I can keep going.
no, well, listen, I completely listen. If they're gonna throw us a bone, catch it, because we don't get that many from the
Mm-hmm.
government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That
let's
is
just
so
be
true.
real. We don't get a lot of them from the government. So
Mm-mm.
I am, they're saying, because a lot of things that's been circling around about student loans, but we're still, some people got lucky. I wasn't one of them, but some people got lucky. We'll
Yeah.
see. But until it actually happens, or is there going to be a process to it? Like, those are some of the things that people are absolutely concerned about right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that they're prepared, and you can give us some tidbits, of course,
Mm-hmm.
on what may be happening with things of that nature. But we touched
Right.
on that, and I want to make sure that we talk about some of the things. As far as, of course, I'm Mentor Shelley, Dream Career Coach, HR consultant, things of that nature. But
Mm-hmm.
people are like, what does credit have to do with jobs and careers? Miss
I
Credit Solution,
mean,
could
it's
you
crazy because
enlighten us, please?
they go hand in hand. Because here's the thing: you can't you can't really walk around. Okay, how do I put this? When you're walking around in the streets, okay, people can look at you. They can look at how you're dressed. They can maybe speak to you, get a good idea of who you are, right?
Mhm.
But that's not the full picture of who you are. When you walk into a job interview, essentially the person that's hiring you knows that that's not really you, right? That's why they give you 90 days on the job, because they already know the person that's in that interview chair, that ain't really you. Okay. We need some time, right? But because that's the case, a lot of times they have to see who you are as much as possible beyond sitting in that chair in front of them for that interview. And the only way that they can do that, other than your references, and checking your education or whatever else they decide they want to check, the only way they're going to know who you are is to check your credit report. Because it's sad to say, but credit is going to be kind of a big deal, even bigger than it is now, because it's going to be part of the social scoring system that is coming to the United States, right? So, without going too far into that, long story short, what credit does is it tells your employer, do you have a lot of financial obligations? Number one. Number two, have you taken care of those financial obligations, whether it be collections, child support, whatever it is? What if you have a bankruptcy on there? If you're going into a job where you have to deal with a lot of finances and proprietary information, personal information, you're dealing with social security numbers, whatever it is, they
Mhm.
need to know that you're trustworthy. Because the thing is, if you have a lot of debt following you and you have a lot of negative marks on your credit report, you are considered high risk because you can't necessarily be trusted, right? Um, that's really the long and short of it. They're using it as a judgment of your character, you know? Whether it's fair or not, I'm not here to say that. I'm just here to tell you what it is and hopefully give people a different perspective so they can understand why it's so important. This isn't about, like, if you're, working at a restaurant, if you're maybe a line cook or something like that. Okay, your credit report doesn't really matter. But if you're an engineer of some sort, if you need a government clearance, if you're going to work at a bank, yes, these things matter. Okay,
Yeah.
talking to you tech people, you internet security people, cyber security. Yeah, you can't have messed up credit going into these jobs because for all they know, you could turn around and be a hacker. So that's really what this is. Okay, and I know that right now there's like a I'm not sure if it's a law they're trying to pass right now, but they're trying to make it so you can't be denied because of your credit report. I want to I I need people to understand something really quick about that. You can be denied because of your credit report, but they could say that it's something else. They could just say that they have another candidate, right? So you're never really going to know if you got denied because of your credit report if the employer doesn't want to tell you that. So, Mentor Shelley, can you add to that? Because I feel like if people don't want to hire you, they're going to find a way to not hire you. Am
Oh,
I correct in that,
listen,
or?
the credit game and the career space and the HR space really does go hand in hand, because they can terminate you and they
Right.
can tell you, oh, because we had another candidate. Sometimes nothing could be further from the truth. It could be they don't want to hire you because of your credit report. There's some employers that will flat out tell you, listen, you gotta get this up. Or as far as you said, in government sectors, in banking sectors, finance sectors, IT sectors, that's one of the fastest growing fields right now. So you really think you're going to handle people's private proprietary information and they don't know anything about you? Come on, folks. It goes hand in hand. It's that important. You can actually, and you think there is some HR people that have to go through that too. We handle a lot of private information as well. So there are some companies that require a credit report because you're going to be handling people's social security numbers, their documents. We have to look at people's private documents all the time for hiring purposes. We have to go through I-9 verifications, all of that stuff. So it's important. Right. You know, you think, oh, I can't. I'll pay that bill next month. Sure about that? Sure you don't want to do
right, and
a minimum payment on it? Like, people think, oh, I can just chill. If we learned anything in the last 2 years, come on. If we learned anything in the last 2 years, we can't chill. And
well,
we
that's
have
the thing.
FICO 10 coming.
And that's what
more restrictions? No.
Right. And that's what I think people are missing right now. Because the one thing that I liked about what happened in 2020, other than all the craziness, was that I had a really good year in business because a lot of people started to understand that, you know, credit does matter. And a lot of them wanted to get themselves straight because they're like, oh my God, I want to buy a house because I don't know what's about to happen. You know, I need to get a car. I need to do this. I need to do that. You know, like a lot of people really did hunker down and start to think about where they wanted to end up. But you know, as time went on and things got a little more lax, what I started to notice is that people weren't so worried anymore because, you know, we're getting stimulus money, we're getting PPP loans, we're getting EIDL loans, which were mostly fraud, by the way. You know, we're getting SBA loans for companies that we don't have. So now we're not necessarily taking that money to pay off our debts, right? We're not doing that. We're now taking it to go ball out of control, but now we owe all that money back. So not only do we still have the issues that we had before, now we have even more, right? So right now, even though it's going to suck for a lot of people, right now is the time for you to get yourself back on track. It's going to look daunting at first. Don't get me wrong, like it is, you know what I mean? But that's why I exist. That's why I'm here, you know, because I would basically get you squared away before you run across maybe a company that Mentor Shelley works for as an HR consultant or HR supervisor, where she's going to flat out tell you no because your credit is messed up. Right. So now you're in a position where you can't even get yourself out of that hole because you can't get a job. Right. So credit. So I'm saying all that to say, I'm talking to everybody in these circles right now to make you understand and bring it home. Credit does matter. At the end of the day, like I said, it is part of your social credit score, whether you want to believe it or not. Your looks and your clothes and your charm are only going to get you so far. Okay. Because at some point, we're going to have to pull your card and we're going to have to see what you're really about to know if we can trust you. Now, what I wanted to say about why it's important in your career too, people need to understand also, you know, some companies do run credit checks or run backgrounds on their employees every couple of years. I worked for a company that did that, right? They checked it once. And then I remember I was sitting at my desk one day and like they plopped down this, what do you call it? A release in front of me to look at my background again. And I remember that's when my credit got really crappy. So I was like, oh my God, they're going to see this. Like I didn't see this coming, because we don't read nothing. And I'm sure it was in my job contract, but needless to say, nothing happened, but I need people to understand this year, 2022, is not back when this happened to me back in 2006, 2007. Companies will let you go if you're looking suspicious now, right? Because sometimes it's better to just hire somebody else with a cleaner record than keep somebody on staff that maybe doesn't work so hard. I probably am paying them too much anyway. I could just hire somebody that's even cheaper and have them come in and use your credit report as an excuse to let you go. Now, you think that that sounds far-fetched, but it's not. That's how the private sector works. So, like I said, my job as a solutionist is to try to get people to understand there are layers to this. It's not just, oh, my credit score looks good, so I'm good. Or, oh, my credit score sucks, so my life is over. No, you just need to know what parts of your credit score affect you and what steps you need to take to get your situation straight.
There you go.
Right? Because it's not just about deleting everything. That's not what it is. It's literally about creating the best profile possible, even if you have some negative information. So, girl, like I said, I'll be taking y'all around the sun.
Listen, she's dropping major nuggets right now. Did you just hear? There's some jobs, and I'll say it's more on a private sector, IT level, government related. Yeah, you think, oh, okay, I got through the background check. I'm hired. I've been here for a couple of years. You could chill? No. I hope you read the contract. Did you read it? Because they can come and drop that on. And as long as you sign the release, they have the right to do it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
folks, don't think for a second because they're raw. Yeah. You think credit?
Well, yeah. And I mean, and that's what's so crazy because a lot of people don't understand. It's like, okay, I told you on our last live stream that I have to get certified by the Department of, I always say the Department of Justice, but that's for the credit repair, the Department of Defense for what I do. And it's like, okay, every year they put a prompt in the training that says, hey, if you're a person that has a lot of debt, you're going to be suspicious. Hey, if you're a person that has all of a sudden started taking all these elaborate vacations, you're going to be suspicious. If you're a person that literally just has maybe going through a divorce or something, or now they're, garnishing your wages for child support, guess what? You now have issues that are going to show up on your credit report and it's going to directly affect your job performance, right? So that company has to decide whether or not to keep you because you are a liability. Remember, I said this is a training for the Department of Defense. You are a liability. So it doesn't matter like how you feel about it personally. It doesn't matter if you think it's fair. You have to take yourself out of the situation and look at it from a business standpoint. Look at it from a national security standpoint. Would you want the president? Who knows what's going on with him, but would you want him to have bad credit? Would you want to know that about him? Would you think that that was a good leader if he had child support issues? You might relate to him, but that's not somebody that I want leading me because he's not trying to help me be better. So, like I said, you gotta take the personal part out of this and be objective.
Listen,
that's kind of where I'm at. So
y'all see why I have her here, guys. Y'all see why I have her here. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. It's right there. The Credit Solutionist. Go look her up.
Yes, definitely come and subscribe.
On you right now. Like, come on.
But don't subscribe if you're sensitive. Don't subscribe if you're sensitive. That's
Wait
you
a
gotta
minute.
come get whooped if you come over here to me. Yeah.
Listen, you gotta patty cake them first. You can't just come out real and raw. Listen, I'm joking, but your credit.
Who's actually really soft on them from the beginning is the collection agency, and that's so funny because they're so soft and gentle with you because they know they're about to ruin your life. That's what's so crazy. They'll send you a nice little quiet letter. Hey, we have this debt here for $5,000. You should probably pay this. They'll just send you that, or they'll call you and they'll let you send them the voicemail. They don't care. They don't care because their only job by law is to communicate with you. So they'll be gentle with you, but they're not going to tell you that they're about to wreak havoc on your future and your present, to be quite honest. So that's the part people don't be understanding. They don't
Ah,
get it. And one more thing that I guess I wanted to add to this too. We know what's going on with the economy right now with inflation and all this kind of stuff. We know,
mhm.
like, home buying is going to be kind of hard right now if you're cash poor. And honestly, if you're credit poor. So if you're at a situation right now where you can't really afford to do anything, just get yourself straight. Like FICO 10T is coming. The whole credit game is about to be turned on its head in the next 6 to 12 months. And if you prepare yourself for it now, you're going to be better off in the future and you will be ready to get those things while everybody else that was sleeping is literally still going to have their hand out looking for something. Right. So, this is kind of why I wanted to come onto your show, Mentor Shelly, because people need to understand it's not just about credit. It's credit, it's your job. Credit affects so much of your life that people really need to start taking it seriously. Because again, I said it before, the social credit score, like what they're doing, I think it's in China.
In
That's no
China, yeah.
joke. Like it's coming. Like y'all. And if you've seen that Black Mirror episode, it's coming. I forget what it's called, but it's where that one girl, everywhere she goes and every interaction that she has, she gets a score. And get this, because her score sucks so bad, she was about to get an apartment and then they denied her for the apartment because her score dropped. Does that
Listen,
not sound familiar?
look, wait.
Serious.
We gonna have
I will put it
listen,
on the
listen.
screen, but I don't want you to get a copyright strike. But yeah, it's real. It's coming.
You gonna have to talk. Listen, you gonna have to come back and talk to us about that because that's oh boy, that's more than concerning to me.
For
But
sure.
it also leaves us with this. Our credit is so important. You want to get a house, you want to do some investments require it. Yeah, in business credit is
Yeah.
huge. You know,
Yes.
I'm going to touch on that in a second, but
Mhm.
you said you were talking about in some industries, a low credit score can keep you away from that opportunity. I talk about dream career all the time on my channel. Some of those dream
Mhm.
careers require you to be a responsible adult. Part
Yeah.
of being a responsible adult is having your credit together, honey. And if you do not have the credit together, let's get together with the Credit Solutionist so you can get the help you guys need. This is not
Mhm.
just about getting it for a job, but being able to get it to progress. Nobody has 200,000. Well, I wouldn't say nobody. The majority of us don't have 2,000, 3,000, $400,000 sitting in our account to go buy a house cash right now. So you need your credit. In order
Yeah,
for
and
you to get
even
started in investing, you need your credit. So let's not play with it, guys. This is serious. And this FICO 10, if you're not in a good position already, get with a credit solutionist so you can at least have a strategy to move forward. Because in the next couple of months, people's credit scores are going to drop just because the
mhm.
rating system has changed. You know,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you guys are in a better position. I'm always about becoming a better version of yourself professionally because I want you to be economically more powerful. Credit is a huge
Mhm.
part of that. So I'm
Yep.
not sitting up here just, for giggles. Like, this is serious. You got to get the stuff together, honey, and that's why she's here to help us get that together. But definitely go
Yeah.
ahead and hit up those links, that guys. I have it here in chat, and I'm going to also have it in the description as well. But I have another question for you, ma'am, because you
Mhm.
dropping gems all over the place right now. What is it outside of the medical that they're supposedly removing from people's credit, the medical debts, whether they're
Mhm.
delinquent or not? What else is going on besides FICO 10, besides the medical stuff, that people need to be aware of right now, just in general?
I would say the thing that, well, you know what? Let me share my screen real fast because I'm going to give them some basic information that I think just the general gen
Mhm,
pop needs to know.
mhm,
Because I think the main reason a lot of people have not fixed their credit is because they don't understand what parts of their credit actually matter. So my screen is a little janky, y'all. Forgive me, but I did a little snip here so I could show y'all. And let me know if it's showing on your end, Shelly. I'm not sure if
I
y'all
can
can see it.
go ahead. It's there.
Okay, cool. So it's not too big, but I think it's big enough for y'all to see it. Okay, so first thing you guys need to understand is that what you need to know what your credit score is made up of. Now, this is whether it's Vantage or FICO, right? We all know
Yes.
FICO is a whole different organization than Vantage. You have
Right.
different credit scores. Y'all don't even know. You got like 20 credit scores and you don't even realize it, right? FICO is literally the big daddy of them all. However, Vantage is the one that a lot of y'all are seeing. When you say, "Oh, I have a 750," yeah, you really don't. You probably have like a 670 on your FICO. But first things
Whoa,
first. All right, no matter.
wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but could you expound on that, please? Like what? A whole different 60
Well,
points difference? What's going on here?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of times people want to go with, the free credit score. Like, okay, right now the big three are providing free credit reports for you right now, and I
Right.
think it's you get one per month or one per week, and they're going to do it for like the next year. But with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, every single one of those reports is compiled so differently that your score is always going to be different across the board. Now, if you go to, let's say, you want to get a mortgage, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be running your FICO. They're not going to be running your Vantage score, right? But if you go and get a car, the dealership might actually pull your Vantage score. Now, the Vantage score is not always what you see on like Credit Karma or something like that. Your
Right.
Vantage score is literally from the company like Vantage. That's what it is. So they compile it totally different. Now, if you're going to get a house, if you have collections that are like cell phones, utilities, things like that, you are probably not going to get that mortgage because that's what shows up on your credit report. And that's what matters for that particular FICO score, right? If you go and try to get a car, they're looking at a whole different set of criteria on your credit report because they probably don't care that you didn't pay your cell phone bill. But if you have another car loan on there that you paid all the time, they're probably going to give you that loan. They're just going to give you a higher interest rate. So you see the difference? The
Right.
house, the loan, they're going to deny you flat out. The car, they will go ahead and approve you because there's different criteria, whole different scoring model, but they'll just give you a higher interest rate because you're risky. You see what I'm saying? So I think understanding what's on your credit score, what score is used depending on what it is that you want to do, it kind of helps you pivot your credit report in the right direction. And that's why I said when my clients come to me,
Mm-hmm.
typically they just say, "Oh, I want to get everything removed." Well, sometimes that's not what you need. Like sometimes you don't need to get everything removed. If there's a collection account that's on there that's like 6 years old, honey, we probably don't need to remove that because it's probably going to fall off at that 7-year mark anyway. And the other thing is, if you delete an old collection account, if that's your oldest account, you have now affected your credit length of history. And if you look
Yep.
at the screen here, in that little corner on the right, I think that's what would you say? That's about 3 o'clock on the screen. That
Mm-hmm.
little baby blue right there that says 15%, you're going to
Yep.
damage your score that 15% right there because of the fact that you got rid of that old account. So that's what I'm saying. That's why you have to hire a professional because it does sound crazy on the onset. "Oh, keep that old collection on there." They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because if you need credit history, sorry, you're going to have to keep it on there and you're just going to have to bank on the stuff that you have, on the front end that's positive." Right?
Mm.
So that's why I could talk on this chart all the time because there's something on here that I could literally expound on for like an hour for each one of these topics. So,
Yeah.
like I was saying, when it comes to your credit score, 35% of your payment history is huge, right? If you get a
Yep.
credit card bill and let's say you didn't pay that bill and you're 2 days late, that's not getting reported to the credit bureau. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big deal. It's only a big deal with the lender. The lender is going to charge you a late fee, but once you pay that bill, if it's under 30 days late, that's not
Mm-hmm.
getting reported. They're going to report your payment. They're not going to report the fact that it was late because
They're
they
just
don't
charging.
care. Yes, because it's not considered late to the credit reporting agencies until it's
No.
30 days past the due date. right? So I have people that panic when they pay something late. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've paid a bill late. I was about to cuss, but I've paid a bill late because I
Don't do
have a lot
it.
of credit cards out there. No, seriously, I have a lot of credit cards out there, and some of them will not allow auto payment. If they don't allow auto payment and I'm not paying attention, yeah, I've been a day late before. And you know what I
That
do? I
happens.
call up and I say, hey, waive that fee. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
So, but my credit report, nobody's the wiser that that happened. Now, it could
Mhm.
affect whether that lender is going to give me a guideline increase. Sure, because they'll say, oh, well, you were kind of late this one time, but they don't really care about that. It's, if you're under 30 days, they don't care.
Mhm.
So, um, these are kind of some of the secrets that people need to know when they're looking at their credit score. And they also need to know how to apply these percentages to what is going on the credit report. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does, guys. Listen, we're not giving you no more secrets.
And really, this is basic information, because the truth is, what I've noticed in credit and why so many people's credit sucks is because when they look at those numbers that were just on the screen, they don't
Mhm.
know how it applies to their credit report. You see what I'm saying? If I ask somebody what is credit mix, they're like, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I have 5 credit cards. Why am I not getting approved for that mortgage? Well, you're not getting approved because you're not showing that you have like a diverse credit mix. Yes, we
Mhm.
know you could pay a revolving credit card that has a $200 credit limit. Yes,
Right.
we know you could pay $5 a month on each one of them 10 credit cards that you got. But where is your installment note? Where is your installment loan? We need to
There you
see that you
go.
can make consistent payments on a fixed schedule every single month,
That's right.
right? Because the thing with revolving can be $50,000 this month if you ran it up, but then the next month it could only be $20. So revolving doesn't really tell the story about who you truly are and if you have the ability to be consistent. For a mortgage, you got to be consistent.
You better say
So
that because you don't
I'm
want
just
nobody
saying, it's
calling
like,
your house at this point
but do
in
you
time.
see, but do you see me saying that you got to be consistent? Does that not fall in line with using a credit report to get a job? You have to show consistency,
That's really what they're
responsibility.
looking for. That's what they're looking for. They're
That's
looking for
it.
consistency. Are you consistent with paying your bills? If you're consistent with paying your bills, then you're gonna be. It's a determining factor. If you're gonna be
Yes.
consistent with paying your bills, and you're gonna be consistent with the job duties we give you. It correlates on so many levels, y'all. And listen, she's dropping major gems on y'all tonight. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe to Miss Credit Solutionist channel. And she also has an ebook available. There goes the link.
Yes.
Fixmyfico.com/product/12 steps to financial rehab ebook.
Just
Guys,
everything,
go
girl, everything.
listen, grab that information. And if you want to work with Miss Credit Solutionist more closely, then if we go ahead and book your consultation, all the links of that is in the chat right now. So guys, go ahead and grab that information. Listen, is there something that you want us outside of all of the gems you've already dropped on us? What
Mhm.
is it that you want us, what do you want to leave with us tonight?
Well, one thing I want y'all to do is stop relying on the government to save you. Because the one thing that I want you all to understand is that student loan debt is not going anywhere. Unless you were part of the Navient scandal with a loan, I'm sorry, like the government, no matter which side you're on and who is in charge at the time, they're not going to remove it because do your research. Student loan debt, because it's tied to the government, a lot of it, the ones that aren't private, a lot of that is tied into like the government recouping money from its citizens. It's just like taxes, right? So, because of the fact that it's a revenue stream for the government, as you're paying it off, it's not going anywhere. Okay. They may get rid of it for people that have, that graduated in the 70s or 80s, sure. But for the new booty, the millennials and all of us, it's just not going to happen. There's too much of a payday there. When it comes to, so that's a student loan debt. So I want you guys to stop getting excited about that because unless Navient hits you up by July, just go ahead and do a deferment or do a forbearance, do something. You can even do a student loan debt consolidation, right? So just go to studentloan.gov or studentaid.gov, I believe it is, and look it up. Okay. Every payment option is there. Do not rely on your government, because if they give it to you on the front end, they're taking something in the back end. All right. Second
There's
thing,
no free lunch.
girl, no free lunch. Exactly. And really, like I said, if you want to talk longer, like I said, she's got the 15-minute consultation link up there. I will talk to y'all because I will give you this game. Like, I can go on and on and on. Okay. But if you have a specific question about your credit concerns and you want to know how your current profile is going to affect your future dreams, you need to hit me up so we could talk. And I don't be doing this for free. Like, I actually charge $50 to talk to me for 15 minutes. I actually do that. So, and I've had people pay it, and I'm like,
grab it. Listen. Y'all listen. What can I say? Or what can I say? Come on, take advantage. So opportunity is here. Take advantage of it while it's here.
And it's so crazy because what I noticed too, this is kind of a sidebar just from one content creator to another. The people that drop the most game, I'm not even going to front with you, they don't get views, because you know why? It's not sensational. This is stuff that's going to actually help you and take the government out of your pocket. That's why YouTube is not going to push this. They're not going to push this because they can hear the words I'm saying. They can hear the words Mentor Shelly's saying. The algorithm is catching it. And if I say don't pay the government, yeah, this ain't gonna get no play. And I'm okay with that, because the people that see it are the people that need it, right? So let me see. We talked about student loan. Okay, second thing, the medical debt. We didn't really get to touch on that as far as what's specifically going to happen. So in a nutshell, I do have a video on my channel that talks about it. But in a nutshell, in 2023, any medical debt that is past due that is 500 and below is going to be removed from your credit report. Does that mean don't pay it? No, it does not. That does not mean that, because if you want to get anything between now and 2023, you are going to be messed up because it's still going to count on your credit report. Okay. So there's a penalty for waiting if you decide to wait. All right. If you know you're not going to do anything until 2023, it's your world. But I've heard people say they're going to remove things from reports all the time, and it doesn't get done. So why take that chance? Why would you do that? Okay. There's a lot of other changes that are coming along with that, but that's the big one that I think a lot of people care about. The other big change that's with that is that now instead of having 180 days before the collection is counted on your credit report, the government, not the government, but like medical facilities and the credit reporting agencies, aka bureaus, they're now giving you a full year to get it rectified before they'll slap it onto the credit report. So even if the original creditor or doctor says it's a collection, the credit bureau will not accept it until a year after that first delinquency. Okay.
Got some time to get it together. So that means you got some time to get it together.
Yes. So this is a big deal. And that's what I said. You have to use that link to book that 15-minute consultation, because all these little bits and pieces of information that you're getting out there on YouTube and from your friends and your next door neighbor and the old lady that hangs on the porch that already has a paid off house, by the way, while you still trying to get approved. While you listening to all this information, these bits and pieces, you don't know how to piece it together. And I'm not saying that to be insulting. It's just, you need to be able to click it and make it make sense with whatever your plan is
for you. Yeah, because
that's it.
Everybody's starting from a different place. That's actually a good point. Because what advice may work for me is not necessarily going to work for you, because we're in two different places credit wise. You might you might have different things on your credit. I have different things on my credit based on what it is that we want to take our credit to do. Then of course it's going to be something it's going to be a different path. Before you go,
so true,
I want to also touch on business credit for a second.
Yes.
For those aspiring, yes, the career, I talk about careers, but I also talk about business, because at the end of the day, it's to become economically stronger. In other words, if you get to the point where we don't have a job, we don't need one, that's much better, in my opinion, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to make sure that the emerging business folks here that has a side hustle, or is working their consulting business, that's working to build their business while they are working a job, because that, of course,
Mm-hmm.
definitely helps to fund the business as well. So, touch on what are some of the, let's say, two or three things that a budding business person can do to prepare their business credit to
I'm sorry,
get
girl. I
the.
know you're looking down. I'm trying to share this in our group. You know what I'm saying?
Do
Girl, we
you want
should
me
have
to
had a
add
thousand
the
views. You know what I'm
information?
saying?
You want me to add the
Now you
information to the
good.
screen? Oh, okay.
That's on there. We'll see if they pop in. But all right. So here's the crazy part. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As far as business credit, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's very simple. It's very simple. If you want it, number one, you need to go get with smaller banks. That's number one. And actually, really, let me not front. Number one is you got to get your personal credit straight, because do not believe the hype out there. You are going to have some skin in the game. You are going to have something as collateral, okay?
You got
Meaning, again, your personal credit, or you're going to have to front some money. All right. Even when you go get a fleet card, depending on what company you use, they're going to want a deposit from you because they don't know you from Adam. Just because you have a Dun and Bradstreet number, who cares? Like lenders don't even use that dang number, if we could be real. Okay? You care about
listen, we keep
experience.
it 1,000 over here, of course.
No,
Yeah.
seriously. And it's like you got to understand, like, you have to get your personal credit straight, because I remember the first business credit card that I got was with Citibank. They ran my social. They were like, "Nah, we running your social. Like, thank you for this EIN, but and when I got my first fleet card, they were like, "Thank you for your EIN, miss. We're not going to run your social, but we need that collateral. Pony up that cash. We don't know who you are. This business only been open 6 months. Who are you?" You know? So that's why I say go with your banks also, because if you can show a smaller bank, like a smaller community bank, if you can show them that you're able to constantly and consistently put money into that account, you're more likely to get a line of credit from a smaller bank that you work with in your community. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a million ways to skin that business credit cat. But if you do not fix your personal credit, you're going to be screwed, because you got to put your skin in the game before anybody will trust you with their money. It's very rare you get into the industry of, or you get into business credit with
Mm.
just your EIN. Because what do you have to show for that EIN?
Yeah. That.
A PO box? I don't understand. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta. It doesn't work that way. So that's why I said people gotta get. They gotta, when you're watching channels like this, and that's the other thing too. When you're watching a lot of free information, you seriously gotta just, what do they say? Eat the meat and spit out the bones. Because a lot of people are only giving you half the story. Okay. I
Not
even have
even
a
half. Not even
no,
half.
and honestly, they're not even
Quarter.
telling you anything. All they're doing is showing up in a Ferrari, and they're not even telling you that, like, that Ferrari's rented or something. Like, they're not even telling you the whole story,
They
right?
floss it.
Yeah. Or they're like, oh, as long as it's over 6,000 pounds, you can go ahead and get this on your business credit. Well, if you don't have a business credit profile, you're not getting a damn thing under your business under your business from a dealership. I'm sorry, it's not happening. So yeah, so that's the myth we have to dispel tonight. If you don't take away anything, you have to fix your personal credit. It is this personal credit thing, you guys are going to see, is something that you can't dance around it. You cannot avoid it. It is coming to
Can't run
get
away from
you.
it. Mm-mm.
It could either be your best friend or it could be the boogeyman. And it all depends on what you do with it literally today. I'm not even kidding. I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding. Okay. And it's more than credit cards. Credit is it's such a big, like, diverse, powerful tool that if we just get our mind right, oh my God, we could literally have everything in the world. Like, oh my God.
Uh, listen,
It,
the way the U.S. economy is set up, if you're winning with credit, and you know what to do with it, keyword, if you know what to do with it, you
yes.
can
That
definitely win.
that's
The that's huge. Listen, what you pretty much said in a nutshell about what business credit provides
Mhm.
versus what your how your personal credit, it's pretty much, I'm not going to give a 5-year-old keys to drive a car.
Mhm. Yeah.
because they can't drive. There might be a rarity, 1 in a million, where somehow he's tall enough to reach the spokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give a
That's
5-year-old
yeah.
car to drive. So in order for you to establish good business credit, you have to have your personal credit straight. So at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, EINs are great, but they have to have a base. You have to have a good, strong base. Your
Mm-hmm.
personal credit is paramount. Period.
Yeah.
End of
Because who's
story.
the center of your business? Who is the center of your business? Is you. It's you. Oh God, I tell you, it's always something. But because I know somebody, once this hits like the airwaves and it blows up or whatever, because the algorithm gonna pick this up. I don't care. I don't care what YouTube thinks. You're gonna pick it up. Pick it up. So here, even these people that have a lot of cash, like barbers, nail technicians, hairstylists, and all that kind of stuff. Yes, they have cash. Believe me, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But when it comes to that cash lifestyle, you have to pull in so much of it that you're going to run yourself ragged and you're going to hit a wall eventually. Because think of it this way, like even some people that buy houses cash, like you were talking about,
Mhm.
and there's creative ways to finance houses, as I'm finding out too. We may have to talk about that on a whole nother session, but it's
We're gonna talk
like
about that another
I'm finding out stuff like I'm like, oh, I could have did that. Okay. So
time.
even when you buy a house cash, think of it this way. You
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened, guys? The Credit Solutionist? All right. Something happened with her connection or computer or something. But I want you guys to be aware. Well, hopefully she gets to come back, of course. But at the end of the day, guys, the credit is so important. I want you guys to check out. Go ahead if you're having to work on your personal credit. Absolutely, go ahead and check out the 12. She has the 12-step financial rehab. You can go ahead and check out the ebook. You can also go ahead and let me go ahead and see here. All right. And if you guys want to book a consultation with her, the links are going to be in the show notes as well as the description once the video renders. And of course, you guys want to make sure that make sure you guys grab her free resource here, the 12 steps. All of the links for this will be below. And of course, if you want to get more of that credit fire that she's been spitting all this time, go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel, guys. I want to make sure that we give her the opportunity to join us again. Technical difficulties happen. Technical difficulties happen, folks, but we here. And come on. And she's back. All right.
okay, wait. Is my audio okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, you good. You good. Nice and loud, honey. Nice and
All right,
loud.
hang on one second.
Yes. And she's back. And she's
See,
back.
when I be getting hot, they be wanting to hate on me. I'm gonna tell you what happened in just a second.
Okay. All right. Listen, because you was ready to spit that fire. You gonna spit. You gonna still spit.
They gonna
that
be
fire.
clowning me, girl. You gonna clown me after I tell you what happened. Okay, hold on.
We talking about lady. We talking about that. So you was getting ready to spit some fire. Come on now.
I know, and it's like they won't let me be great tonight. It's all
You
good.
better listen.
All right, hold on. We about to be.
You better do it.
I gotta get you in my ear real fast. Is it gonna connect us? Let me see. Technical difficulties for real.
It's all right. It's all right, y'all. Come on, guys.
This won't happen. This won't happen during our 15-minute session, just so y'all know.
No. Come on now, spit that fire. We waiting for it. Come on.
There we go. All right, we good.
Yes.
Yeah, we good. All right. All right. So let me tell y'all what happened just now. So the laptop was like plugged in, but not all the way, and the battery just died. Oh my God. Okay, it's plugged in now. I'm so glad you stayed on because I was like, oh no, she's probably gonna close the stream down. Okay. So girl, I forgot what I was even talking about. So we were
No,
talking about how
business credit.
business credit, you're the center of your business credit.
Yes.
Um, where was I going with that? Oh my God, because I was on a roll. Oh, so what I was gonna say with the people that have like a whole bunch of cash, that looks good on the onset. But here's the thing. Like, say you wanted to go buy a house like fully cash, all that good stuff. When you
Mm-hmm.
get to that point, like if you buy a fixer upper cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you buy a $200,000 house cash, do what you do. It's your world. When
That's
it
right.
comes to refinancing that house, they're gonna have to run your credit. Okay, all you bird strategy people, it's like, yeah, okay, you still are going to have credit at some point if you're looking to refinance. Everybody's not looking to refinance now, so don't get me wrong on that. But if you want to pull some equity out of that house, you're going to have to do it. It just is what it is. So, like I said,
Mhm.
when people hit me with that cash argument, I'm like, it sounds good on paper, babe, but you don't exist. You're invisible. Okay, all that cash. We're okay,
I'm gonna
So
wait. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. You know the
for sure.
listen. I respect Mr. Ramsey, Mr. Dave Ramsey. Is pay off
Mhm.
everything. That is an awesome way to do things. It's a great
Mhm.
strategy. He believes in having no credit cards. He believes in having a zero credit
Mhm.
score.
Yeah.
But if you don't have those type of resources available to you up front,
Mhm.
if you want to make if you want to make yourself economically stronger, you're going to have to use your credit. If you want
Mhm.
to invest in real estate, we touched on that. You want to invest in different things. You can invest incrementally, yes, by putting a little bit away, going to fundraise in different places. And
Mhm.
Erica, our illustrious teacher, talks about all the ways that we can invest.
Mhm.
But at some
Yep.
point, you're gonna need your credit to do some of those larger type of investments. So you're talking, yes, you can pay off the house if you want to refinance or do anything like that, you still need your credit. So gotta work on it. Got to work on it. That's why
Can't avoid it.
Credit Solutionist here. Go ahead and grab our free resource, the 12 Steps to Financial Rehab. The links for that will be below. If you want to meet with her directly, see what kind of plan of action you guys can come up with together. Go ahead and hit that consultation link. Guys,
Yes.
go ahead and if you of course want to connect with her on a regular basis as she's putting out that fire like she came and dropped on us tonight, go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Guys, this I enjoyed myself, but at the end of the day, we are here to become a better version of ourselves professionally. That includes credit. I don't know if you guys know, I do have an ebook called From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional. And in that book, there is a chapter on credit. Okay?
Oh wait, before we go, I gotta put this on my Instagram too. Hold on, let me go in there. They gotta see that we on the screen together. Go ahead, girl. Keep talking. I just didn't want you to be like, why is she putting the phone on the screen?
I'm
Like, what is wrong with her?
convinced. Yeah, you can go to mentorshirley.com/book for that. I talk about that all the time. You can go to my website, mentorshirley.com for that. And find that book. But this is not an arbitrary discussion. This is a discussion that is intertwined. Your credit and your career are intertwined. And if you don't take care of the credit, it can affect your career in the way that you weren't planning on. Some of those wonderful upper echelon private sector opportunities are tied to your credit. So please take advantage of the 15-minute consultation while it is still available. Do we have a time limit on when that's going away?
Yeah, you know what? Because I want to help the people out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna run it until the end of this month. So we'll do it until May
Oh,
31st. Because
oh,
yeah, because like I said, girl, I have faith. I know the algorithm is gonna shoot this out. Because I'm about to talk to you. We about to put some tags on this, and we about to get a description going so we could get this out to the people. Because I know
yeah.
what's been happening too. And let's just say this before we close out. I understand that there's people that are probably ghost watching because I saw the numbers fluctuate. So I know people came in and left and stuff like that. Because sometimes people don't know that something applies to them, or they may be just not ready for it. It's cool. But this is going to reach the people that need to hear it. And the thing is, as long as somebody caught something that was in it, all good. So, like I said, if somebody catches this a week from now, I don't want them to miss the opportunity to talk to me for free to get their situation straight. Because the last thing I want is for all of y'all to be like, in the tide, naked, and then when the tide goes in, we're all gonna see you. I don't want you to be like that. So I want to actually I want to help people, and yeah, I'm okay with doing that for free to the end of this month. Okay, so what's the holiday? Is it Memorial Day? The
Yep.
31st.
Yep.
So we
It's
doing
coming.
it till Memorial Day, y'all. All right, for
Guys,
sure.
listen, there's so much going on credit wise right now. Jump on that opportunity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try and work and do it yourself, go ahead and grab her free resource. And of course, if you want to work with her so she can get your strategy together and then go further with that, definitely go ahead and hit that consultation link and get started. Guys, your credit and your career is vital in your progression. Especially if it's an economic progression, if it's a career progression, your credit and your career go hand in hand to helping you to become a better version of yourself and also helping you economically to excel in an environment built to destroy you. So guys, take care. Miss Credit Solutionist, we truly appreciate you coming by and dropping major nuggets on us tonight. Thank you so much. From all of us to all of you, we thank you. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one.
Have a good night, guys.
Night.